Here's a quick to see if we sound okay.
Quick.
A quick.
There's a little too many quicks. How about we slow it down a little bit? Please. Goodness gracious.
Sure. Let's slow it down.
See, that's what I'm looking for. We want to gain people for as long as we can. So we should talk as slow as we can to make longer videos.
Canada. A. Hey everybody, it's Andrew and Andy, and welcome to another Cromcast episode. This is Cromulent Comics presents Cromcast episode 2.
It's technically 2 because we had a 0 episode, but it's our 3rd time ever filming. So
freaking comics, am I right? Issue zeros, issue negatives, half issues.
I think it has to do with the people who do and create the art that are to be
responsible, not the editors, not the publisher.
I think the person who makes the product itself should be.
Are you trying to post this onto me?
Oh, I'm definitely trying to do that.
Even though you couldn't make last week's recording.
Hey, I gave you ample time. He said he was going to do it himself. Yeah,
that's ample time. Is day of?
Day before?
It was day of.
Was it Tuesday or Monday when I told you?
It was Wednesday at 3:59, 1 minute before we were supposed to record.
Well, we film these on Tuesday, so you even get that part of the story right. So I gave him ample time. I had something come up. Something.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now that we've got that over the way,
we're here. Let's be cool. Let's be square. Let's be fair on what we're going to talk about this week on this episode of Cromulent Comics Presents Cromcast.
We already did an intro.
Oh, I know, but I liked mine better.
Oh, what do we got?
So we're going to go over some books since we weren't here last week. We're going to go over some books we liked last week and some stuff that are upcoming as well. So the first thing that I want to talk about is Absolute Batman issue 9. Thank you. Fantastic.
Yeah, you liked it?
Oh, it's so good. Like I go back and forth between what my favorite Absolute book is all the time, but this may have just taken the cake. What they decided to do with Bane and how
40 cakes? Is Lex Luthor in it? Because that's terrible.
If he doesn't steal 40 cakes in the new movie, I'm actually pissed.
I'll actually be very
besides
upset,
the point. So this is a great book. Bane is awesome, as you can tell by the cover. And just so far up until this point in the series, like Absolute Batman's been kind of like this big force of nature, this unstoppable force. Well, in this issue, he meets Bane, who is the immovable object. And he is a towering, hulking man. He's borderline a kaiju. He is that gigantic. It makes Batman, who's probably like, 6'3"? He's gigantic in this book.
Big.
He's big. He's the Batman who lives. He makes Batman look like a pipsqueak. And Bane literally picks him up by the head and throws him around in this issue, which was insane. Nick Dragana's art, fantastic. It may be the best it is thus far because I'm loving, I'll turn around, I'm loving this design for Bane. It is so metal. And this arc is called Abomination, and that's exactly what Bane is. And
Metal was a different Snyder book.
I hate you. I really do. But other than that, if you are not reading Absolute Batman, you got to get it. And if you're behind on some issues because they sold out, Cromulent Comics is getting 2nd and 3rd printings of the newer issue of 5 and 6.
Right? And I think 7 as well.
And 7 as well. So if you are falling behind on
We got him.
So if you're falling behind on this book, catch up, read it, because it is the book you need to be reading right now. Take it away, Andrew.
Okay. Last week titles, real quick, I'm just going to go over 2. They're both Action Comics. One is the most recent Action Comics run by Mark Waid. Absolutely awesome. We're bringing back into continuity. Superman was Superboy as a kid in Smallville, in full costume and everything. So it's like a Silver Age retro throwback story. I'm curious to see how this is going to play into modern continuity. If it does, it might be its own little thing, but honestly, it's just a really fun series to see Superman in his youth. And then the other Action Comics I wanted to jump out from last week was a facsimile of Action Comics 775, What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way by Joe Kelly and Doug Mankey. One of my absolute favorite comics. I have the original signs by Kelly and Mankey. It is essentially Superman versus the Elite, which at the time this came out in the early 2000s, was
A parody.
a parody of the Authority, of Stormwatch, and or of badass characters that kill and come in and talk smack. Well, this kind of shows what Superman would do in a situation dealing with them, and it's absolutely perfect. Great dissection of the characters.
If you haven't read it, we also recommend Superman versus the Elite, which is the animated adaptation. Not as good, but
Yeah,
it's a solid adaptation. I'd
it's
say.
good. It's good, but
good.
it's not the best.
No, I think the animation is not the best in that because you cannot. I love Doug Mankey, who is the artist on this book. His art is second to none. He is firing on all cylinders for this
Right.
book, so I highly recommend that. So pick up this facsimile because you can barely find the original book nowadays these days.
That's true.
So,
and that's it that you have for last week, right?
did this book come out?
That was last
That
week.
was last week. I have one more book that came out last week. Sorry, this is Eddie Brock Carnage #5.
Sell me on Eddie Brock Carnage.
So, it's basically Eddie Brock, but he's Carnage. So basically, this book takes place after Venom War, which was the big Venom event from the past summer. And basically, Eddie Brock is bonded to the Carnage symbiote. And take it down.
Yeah, take it down.
I'm very excited. I'll take it down. So basically,
our mics are right here.
Yeah. Eddie Brock is the new Carnage, and Carnage is basically this evil personality trying to get Eddie to do these terrible things and commit heinous acts of crime because of it. And Eddie's trying to keep Carnage in check. Very similar to how I'd say Venom was when he was with Flash Thompson back in the early 2000s, but a little bit more bloody, a little bit more shocking. I'm really loving what Marvel is doing with the symbiote line right now. Love it or hate it, but I'm really enjoying what Al Ewing is doing with all new Venom. I'm liking that Mary Jane is Venom. I think it's a cool twist.
Spoiler.
No, that's a DC character. But I'm liking it, and some may not agree with me, but they're canceling all new Venom with issue 10, bringing it back for Venom number 250, and the return of the King in Black Null. So I'm excited for it. You're not a symbiote guy.
No, but that is the most Marvel thing to do.
Oh yeah. Bring him back
right.
already.
All right, cool. That sounds pretty cool.
I've been enjoying it, and if you like really dark, gritty symbiote stories, go for it. It's fun. Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I saw Carnage had a fedora.
Oh, he does. It's awesome.
That's accurate. So, all right, with that, a couple of real quick things for this week. One, we've got a new Marvel must-haves. This is a brand new #1 issue. This is free to anyone that comes into the shop. First come, first serve. It's got Fantastic Four in there. It's got Wolverine Revenge, and it's also got a little bit of Storm Volume 1 of the new Storm series. So really cool stuff, and that is out this week, and that is free.
Free.
Also, we've got Crypto, The Last Dog of Krypton. #1 is out this week. We'll go into a little bit about Crypto later in the episode, but this is really fun. Shows you a modern retelling of Crypto and how he arrives on Earth, and his love of Superman. However, if you buy a copy of Crypto #1 in the store, you will get two copies of the Adventure Comics facsimile. This is the first appearance of Crypto in comics. And the reason why we're handing out 2 of these and why you would want 2 of these, other than that it's a great book that you can give to a kid, is that they're pulling a Willy Wonka, and 2 copies of Adventure Comics will have a golden bone inside of them. That golden bone will get you a ticket to the world premiere of Superman on the red carpet in Los Angeles. So we're going to try to increase your odds by giving you 2 copies of this for every 1 copy of Crypto that you buy. That's, essentially, we're limiting you to 1 copy of Crypto to buy. You'll get 2 copies of this. However, you can buy 2 additional copies of this for just $2 a pop. Pretty cool. And our Cromulent Club members, Crom Cromulent Club members also get 2 additional copies as well, so they can get a total of 8 copies,
Oh,
which is
wow.
pretty cool. Whereas anyone off the street can get a total of 6 copies
Mhm.
to increase your odds of maybe going to California. And just remember who sold it to you when you win. That's all. Yeah, that's
How
just
many,
me.
golden dog bones are
2.
only 2?
There's only 2 in the world.
Okay.
So we've got quite a bit of these. So fingers crossed, maybe they know that we're a new store and that they're like, hey, we should throw a golden bone their way. I don't know. I can't tell where it is. I have no idea how to find it, but pretty exciting. On top of that, I just want to do a real quick shout out. At the end of the month, June 28th, we are doing our Pride event where we will have Guido Sanchez here, friends of the store. Signing their book that they wrote, Queer Mythology. We'll also be doing some sales and some raffles for charity as well. That's June 28th from 12 to 5. That is our Pride event here at Cromulent Comics. Guido's awesome. They are one of the owners of the Sleepover Trading Co. booth that we have in the store here. You would know them as selling a bunch of awesome trading cards and some VHS as well. So really excited to have them here and doing a signing for their amazing book.
Fantastic book, Queer Mythology. Pick it up here, June 28th at the store, Cromulent Comics.
That's it. Troy, New York. What else you got for this week?
Oh, so this came out last week. I'm sorry.
Oh, did? Okay.
It did, I think. But One World Under Doom, Runaways, #1. So this may come as a surprise to you, Andrew, but I am a big Runaways fan. The original run by Brian K. Vaughan is some of the best comics from the early 2000s, and the most recent run by
Thoughts on Joss Whedon?
Did you write some of those?
You're a big Runaways fan?
Did you write some of those?
After Brian K. Vaughan.
Oh, okay. I stopped reading after
They're
Vaughan.
terrible.
Okay. Right. Yeah, Joss.
They fight the Punisher. They go back in time. They meet the Rose girl. Flower girl.
Oh. I don't like that.
He says he's a big fan.
Well, okay. I'm a really big fan, though, jackass, of the Rainbow Rowell run from a few years ago. It was a great series, and she came back to do this One World Under Doom 5-issue miniseries, which I'm A-okay with. Runaways is one of those teams that doesn't show up all the time, but when they do, I'm very excited to read them. It's great characters, and it's by a creator who I love. But while I was reading this, so I kind of got a little confused, and I think continuity is all over the place with Marvel at the moment. So for all of you who read the last Runaways run, it ended during the start of the Krakoan X-Men period. So, and this one picks up 2 months after the last series ended. So basically what Marvel is, again, I'm rallied up. Marvel's insinuating is that in between that Krakoa rised?
Your teacher?
Never said that was a good one. They rose and fell in the span of 2 months. So that's the case. Some nations.
I don't think that that's true. Also, it just sounds like you've got a real big bone to pick with Rainbow Rowell, which I think is absolutely terrible because Rainbow is one of the best She-Hulk writers ever.
Oh, that was such a good run.
I absolutely love She-Hulk.
Again, ended too soon.
Yep. So I'm really excited to check this out. I actually haven't read this yet. Art looks great. Elena Casagrande. This looks really awesome. It sounds like you're just making a mountain out of a molehill. And it sounds like you're trying to pick a fight with Marvel.
Where got that expression? Mountain out of a molehill?
Molehill's tiny.
I mean, yeah, but like, people really know molehills. I feel like anthill would be cooler.
Would be cooler?
It would make more sense.
You want expressions to be cooler?
Yeah. Gotta be hip. Gotta be Sigma. Gotta be skibbity. Gotta be all the things the youngsters say. All right, were you mewing?
Is that what that's
I
called?
think that's called mewing. It's basically where you try to make your jawline defined or something.
Oh yeah. Well, I already have a defined jawline.
It's very beautiful, I must say.
Yeah. Interesting that you're trying to pick a fight with Rainbow Rowell. That's great though. I think that they're a wonderful writer, and I would love to have them at the shop. But Andy here is picking a fight with you.
Not picking a fight with her.
Sounds like you are.
Okay.
One other thing that's coming out this week is graphic novel. I'm not one to usually recommend graphic novels. However, this is one of my all-time favorite runs of any comic ever, which is Metamorpho, Bob Haney, Ramona Fradon. I have original art by Ramona Fradon. I have every one of these issues in single. I also have the original Brave and the Bold issue where he first appears, graded and signed by Ramona Fradon. I'm obsessed with Metamorpho. Absolutely love the character. Love the current series that we'll talk about. And this is absolutely great. This is everything from 1964 to 1972. Metamorpho is
1964 to 1962.
1964 to 1972.
You said 62. Run it back if you're listening. Leave a comment in the comment section if that's what he said. Go on.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, this is great. I absolutely love this title. Metamorpho's fun. He's goofy. He's out there. He's not a depressing character like a lot of modern comics try to write him. He is an adventurer. Think Indiana Jones, but with powers and in the 60s, and loving every minute of it. Absolutely love this series. So very excited for them to do a big color version of this book.
Yeah, and if you were just interested in him from watching the Superman movie, and you're like, who's this cool cat? Pick up the trade, pick up his series that
he's the fab freak of 1,001 changes.
That's his thing.
That's his
The fab freak of 1,001 changes.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
The fab freak of 1,001 changes. Metamorpho, the Element Man.
No wonder he's a C-list character.
He's not a C-list character. He's going to be in the biggest blockbuster movie of this summer. All right. So with that, let's get into our main thing right now. We've got two topics that we really want to discuss. Part one, I think maybe going off of Metamorpho, we should kind of discuss that. Comics
They end.
that are gone too soon.
Just like people. Comics die.
You going?
You will remember.
No.
Oh, I thought you were
You
batoning
kept
it on.
talking, and then I'll keep singing it. No, we're good. We're done. All right. So with that, what's ending right now?
A lot of books right now.
Why?
I don't know, because people. So Marvel and DC love those companies. They're the ship that rises the tides of the comic book industry, but they do not have the kahunas to let series last for more than 5 or 6 issues.
I'm sorry. What are you saying? Marvel Comics. Marvel Comics. Or they don't let books reach double digits? Whoa.
Well, if you're the X-Men books in that case, because going back to books that are ending. So, X-Force, NYX, and X-Factor all ended at issue 10.
Hey,
at least they made
double digits. Double digits.
The first double digits. But yeah, Spectacular Spider-Man, that great series by
Spider-Men.
Thank you. It ended at issue 15.
That's high on the list. That's very good.
All new Venom, which I just mentioned a few minutes ago, ending in issue 10 to be relaunched in Venom 250, which it's fine, whatever. Iron Man, the new Iron Man ongoing, no longer ongoing.
Yeah, that one's weird. What number are they at? They're at issue 9 right now.
I think they're ending at like 10 or 11. I think they're ending after One World Under Doom wraps up.
Gotcha. So essentially what it seems like, though, is that Marvel's going to be pulling a big initiative after Doom, and that they're going to relaunch a lot of their titles again.
Probably. New #1, spark up sales, because they think canceling a series after 10 or 15 issues and relaunching it with the same creative team, basically nothing real changing, will prop up sales. Like one of our favorite books, Rainbow Rowell by She-Hulk.
She-Hulk wrote Rainbow Rowell?
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Leave in the comments below if that's what I said. But the first series ended was just regular She-Hulk, ended at what? Issue 15?
I don't even remember.
And then it got relaunched as Sensational She-Hulk, which ended at issue 10. It was the same creative team, nothing changed, and even in the trades, I'm getting
it's volume 2. Yeah, you really got to lower it.
I'm sorry. Even with the trades, like after the first
sound off in the comments if Andy's too loud.
But they just continued on the series that it's the same team. They did so Sensational She-Hulk.
That's just how Marvel does things, and it is frustrating. And it's frustrating as a store. It's frustrating as a reader. It's frustrating in general. It's complicated, and it doesn't make any sense. It's diminishing returns every time that they restart a book.
They think that from an outside point of view, we're not Marvel Comics. We don't know the economics of them, but
From a retail point of view, we do get it though.
yeah, okay, I guess you're
We
right.
both worked at a comic book store for how long?
Yeah,
And in 15 years, I've never seen a number one by the same creative team do better the second time
yeah.
around.
They for most people, they think, oh, it's going to be a new jumping on point. It's a jumping off point when these new series get
Exactly.
rebooted.
I personally get excited when I see a book with a large number nowadays,
Oh yeah.
especially if it says like jumping on point or something from
Mhm.
a larger number. Um, so I don't
Yeah.
understand the reasoning behind this.
But not to throw Marvel completely under the bus, because DC is ending some series too. Like as we mentioned, Metamorpho is ending at issue 6.
So it's over.
Yeah, that ended. Zatanna is ending with issue 6 as well.
That one breaks my heart. I didn't
Such a
know
good
that.
series.
Yep.
What else? Shazam and Power Girl and both ended with issue 20, but they were given more time to breathe.
Yeah, at
And
least they were given 20 issues as
exactly.
opposed to 5 or 6 that
It's like
Marvel usually
what, 4 or
gives.
5 story arcs a pop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems that both Marvel and DC are at the point where they're doing another soft launch again,
mhm,
which happens about once every 2 years anyway from
exactly.
a publishing initiative. However, I would prefer if books continued and they just got new writers on them. So
Mhm,
Power Girl 21 is a new creative team, but
yeah.
instead we'll probably get a Power Girl number 1 in a year or so.
Honestly, I probably won't see any other Power Girl series till the Supergirl series that just started wraps up. 'Cause
That's true
I feel like
too.
it's gonna confuse people. Power Girl, Supergirl, I thought they were the same person.
But the new Supergirl book is really good.
I
So
like
at
it.
least there's that.
Josie
Um,
Campbell or
y-
Sophie Campbell?
Sophie Campbell.
Okay.
Who's Josie Campbell?
There's a Josie Campbell out there, writer. She did what did she do?
Sound off in the comments if Andy is now making another writer mad.
Or put in the comics books that Josie Campbell does, because I know she does and I like them, but I just can't name off the top of my head because I am exhausted. Read
So you're what?
exhausted. Exhausted.
And he says he's a fan. Yeah. So I mean, I just in general like um, books get canceled all the time, and it
Mhm,
sucks, especially if it's like your favorite book.
mhm.
I absolutely was digging Metamorpho again. Kind of went into that a little bit earlier, but I loved the character, and Al Ewing and Steve Lieber just nailed the aesthetic and
Mhm,
fun of Metamorpho that I think a lot of people have kind of forgotten about. Because even during like, and I love Jeff Lemire, don't get me wrong,
mhm.
during the Terrifics, they kind of wrote Metamorpho as just like an angry curmudgeon. I'm like, that's not Metamorpho. I never
Yeah.
cared for that characterization of him. He is an adventurer and a fun guy to be around. So
I think you're a fun guy to be around.
thank you. So I'm really upset to see that go, but I know Al Ewing has kind of teased already that he's writing more Rex Mason,
Yeah.
the Metamorpho's real name, somewhere else. So hopefully we'll get that relatively soon.
Same thing with Zatanna. Like that is, you could tell that Jamal Campbell, the writer and artist of that book, is pouring his heart and soul into it. And it stinks that it's ending prematurely. But listen, we got 2 Zatanna books in the past 2 years. Zatanna Bring Down the House, and
Which is so good.
this Zatanna book. Like we went years without Zatanna having her own since the
Right.
Paul Dini run, right? Has she had her own like
No, and the
solo
Paul Dini
story?
run was about 24 issues as well. Yeah, and what kind of stinks right now is Bring Down the House, the previous run, out of print. Can't
Uh,
get it,
Well,
which
they
is
well
the
last
graphic novel is out of print.
well last time they did a hardcover, they're probably gonna do a soft cover soon.
I hope so.
Me too.
I've been trying to order it for the shop.
You know what'd be cool
Um,
though? So with
I mean,
Metamorpho,
if you love Absolute Martian Manhunter, you would love Zatanna Bring Down the House because it's the same artist.
yeah, you would. Javier Rodriguez?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
fantastic.
so good.
But we were talking about this off camera a little bit, but like we are theorizing with the release of Superman, they may bring back the team, the Terrifics,
Yeah.
because it seems like that's what they're setting up their new super team to be. Mr. Terrific is on it. Metamorpho is in Superman. Both of them are.
Yep.
I could see them bringing Hawkgirl from the movie in there as well and doing their own team. It's like that.
Oh, I could see that. Yeah. Well, because they already dealt with, if you're familiar with the Terrifics, they dealt with Phantom Girl and Plastic Man during the Justice League story arc recently, where everyone's powers were switched
Mhm.
because Phantom Girl and Plastic Man's powers were switched.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And when Phantom Girl got her powers back, she went back home. So, I don't think that she'll be around for anything like that, but I could see them bringing in, Hawk
Hawk-
Girl, maybe Plastic Man as
Yeah.
well. You need someone for the team like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's just it's never a positive thing. Do you have any like memories of any books that you loved like growing up that just got canceled before they could say goodbye?
I'm trying to think because I've luckily been pretty, I won't say blessed, but like a lot of the books I've read, I've been for very long runs. But top of my head, let me think.
Well, while you're thinking, I have a
You
couple.
name some, yeah.
Um, so I was a huge Peter David fan growing up
Mm,
as a kid, and he did Young Justice, which is really nothing to do with the cartoon show. If you,
not at all.
they're completely different
It's a
things.
name only.
Yeah, I got really upset when Young Justice started. I actually did not like Young Justice when it started
That's
because I
fair.
wanted
The
my
original
my
run.
comic. And I remember specifically there was an issue where Impulse and Superboy are complaining that their favorite comics got canceled,
Mhm.
and this was right after both Impulse and Superboy got canceled.
It's a
And
little meta.
little meta, and then Robin walks in, and they both get really angry at him, which I thought was very good because at that time Robin was still going and up to past 100
Yeah.
issues.
Oh,
Robin, I think, was 181 issues in total.
oh my god.
Whereas Superboy, I think, ended at 98, and Impulse somewhere in like the 86, 87, maybe. I don't know. I'm crazy. But that said, that always kind of stuck with me as someone that was reading all of those books
Mhm,
as a kid. The other one, like major book that I think ended long before it ever should have, was Roger Landridge and
mhm,
Chris Samney doing Thor: The Mighty Avenger,
mhm.
which was an all ages Thor book. Absolutely beautiful, charming as heck. My God, that is the most charming Thor book you will ever read because it's really just a love story between him and Jane and going on crazy adventures and meeting different Avengers every issue
Mhm.
before the Avengers formed.
Yeah.
So you get very early, like Iron Man in the gold suit, you get
Mhm.
Hulk, and then
He
Thor is running around with his goats.
he
Like,
travels back in time and visits World War II Captain
yeah,
America.
oh my
That's
God.
a
And he's got
great
a
one.
tiny little hammer.
It's not
I
big.
love that aesthetic. I don't know why, but like whenever I think of Thor, I now think of the tiny little hammer that Chris Samney gave him. And that's a book that just ended. And like the ending is now just like a page that says, and then they had many more adventures. I'm like, can't do that to me. It's such a good book.
They
It
they
has been collected, but it is such a good
they
book.
didn't have many more adventures. They just died right there.
They just died right there.
Yeah.
Valhalla.
But was the warrior's death though?
No, because it was canceled.
Exactly. So they
Oh
wouldn't be going there.
no.
They'd be going to hell with Hela. Hel.
No, I gotcha.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we'll go over the book that I thought was prematurely
His
canceled.
niece?
Loki's daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like the
The
movie.
movies. Ugh. Well, for me,
Movies, am I right?
for me, a book that I thought that got prematurely ended, and I wouldn't even say it's a sales fault. It was Hulk by Donny Cates.
Yeah, oh, well, yeah, that's
Yeah,
out of circumstance, yeah.
exactly. But like, I really liked what they were doing with that run and where it was going. Ryan Otley on art was
Ryan
dynamic.
Hartley on alt?
Yes, Ryan Otley on art was phenomenal. It was a very dynamic and kinetic book, and a crossover with Thor with the Hulk Thor Banner of War, which was such a dumb name, but I love it. And yeah, that book ended early, but I will say I am currently enjoying the new Incredible Hulk run.
Because he's Bruce Banner.
Yeah, good
Cool.
job. Into the explosion. What's the point of the fist bump if you're not going to do the explosion? Ugh. But yeah, that's one that I am bummed that it ended relative. Yeah, pretty early, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And DC, I don't. I was rereading this not too long ago, but the Bart Allen Flash run, which only lasted a few issues. Listen, I know
That was terrible.
yes, but I don't know if it's the run that I wish that went on, but like Bart as Flash, I wish he inhabited. You don't like him as
I
Flash?
don't like Bart as Flash. I don't like Bart as Kid Flash. Bart
Really?
is Impulse.
Yeah, because he's impulsive.
Yeah, but no,
Okay.
you're wrong.
Well, Agree to
You're wrong.
disagree.
That's a wrong book. That's a
Um,
wrong. You got a very wrong opinion on that.
Okay.
Speaking of wrong opinions, let's talk about good dogs.
Good dogs or good pets?
Oh, well, crypto is kind of in the spotlight right now.
Mhm.
And again, we're doing that sale. So if you buy any new comic of Crypto #1, you'll get 2 copies of his original book facsimile, as well as you can buy them for $2 each
Why are you talking so suave right now?
because I know how to sell dogs.
No, so pets.
That's true.
The
No,
best
so yeah, let's talk about best boys and best girls and just the best pets in general.
Okay.
Name your favorite comic book pet.
Pet? Well, that's too hard. Do an animal for me. Do a favorite comic book animal.
No, pet.
Pet. Mm. I wrote down a list earlier.
I know
So
we have a giant list in front of us.
yeah,
You can't pick
you know,
one of them that's
back
your favorite.
Bat Cow.
The cow. That
Bat
cow's a
Cow.
great one.
Invented by Grant Morrison during, was it Batman Incorporated?
It's
Or
Batman. Yeah.
yeah. And I just love it because they just rescue Bat Cow from a slaughterhouse, and then
Yeah, but it was a slaughterhouse where the cows themselves were already poisoned. That if the meat got into the food, it would kill people.
that's what it was.
Yeah, so Bat Cow like can't be killed because if he is used for meat, it's
Mhm.
wrong. But also Damien is a vegetarian, so
Well,
Damien would save a cow.
I'm pretty sure he became vegetarian because of that story and going into the slaughterhouse, if I
Could
recall
be.
correctly.
It could be. I thought he was always a vegetarian, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but no,
Um,
Bat Cow, best cow.
yeah. Oh, I
Best
love
cow.
Bat Cow, and he's got markings on his face that
Mhm.
looks like a mask. That looks like a bat mask.
A bat cowl?
A bat? No, it's not a cowl.
Domino mask?
It's a bat domino mask.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Bat Cow.
Yeah,
Bat Cow's
'cause
great.
he has to hide his secret identity.
Well, yeah, you never know. I just love that Alfred has to take care of a cow,
Mhm.
a cat, 2
2
dogs,
A dragon?
oh yeah, the dragon,
Goliath?
Goliath. I forgot about Goliath,
Oh my
and
god.
also so much bat shit in that cave,
Oh my god.
like too much guano.
Yeah,
Like
but
so now that Alfred's been dead for God knows how many years,
it's been like 5 or 6 years now.
right? Who's cleaning that?
I feel
'Cause
like
doesn't Vandal Savage own Wayne Manor now?
oh, yeah.
That is just covered in shit.
You think he goes down into the cave, though?
Hell no.
Okay, I guess it's fine. I just
You think it's fine? No, because now no one's cleaning it.
yeah, but, like,
That penny is literally white.
well, if that penny's worth anything, they should bring Pennyworth back to life. Boom.
Or the penny plunderer finally gets his
I
revenge.
forgot about the penny plunderer.
That's where they got the penny from.
Mhm.
All right.
Not
So
Two-Face.
why would Two-Face have a penny?
Well, in the Batman the Animated TV show, you gotta
That has nothing to do
I
with
know,
Two-Face
but
either in that. No, because
Well
the penny in Batman the Animated Series was from the Zatanna episode.
oh. Can't remember everything.
And he calls himself a file.
Fine then, what's your favorite pet in comic book?
My favorite pet in comic books?
Yeah,
Topo.
that's a good one.
Topo is Aquaman's pet octopus who can
Mhm.
also play the drums and is also amazing at being a veterinarian for undersea life.
Wasn't he I'm pretty sure they put him in the new Aquaman movie, but
Didn't see it.
but no one saw it, so we can't prove it.
Didn't see it, but I love Topo so much. Topo, very like Ramona Freydon-esque character around that era. Just a cool little octopus that does cool little things. Yeah, Topo. There you go. Young Justice, the cartoon show, also ruined Topo. They turned him into like a weird teen with an octopus face.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh.
With a lot of weird feelings about that show. I don't mind it. I like it
yeah.
now going forward, but some choices were made, I think. Other great superhero pets or anyone else that you like. So we've got Crypto. Let's just go through the super family pets.
Yeah.
So which ones you really like?
Well, there's Crypto. You can't go wrong. He is literally Superman's best friend.
I mean, Crypto, yeah, and he's been with Superman since he was a baby.
Oh, yeah.
So Crypto is kind of the best dog,
He
the
is
best boy.
dog. He is.
But I mean, you've also got Streaky, Super Cat,
Comet the Super Horse.
Comet the Super Horse, who is a man.
Did and technically dead in continuity.
Yeah, way to spoil that one.
Look from like 6 years ago now.
Yeah, but like people are just reading it now.
Well, whose fault is that?
The general public.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Mm.
you heard that here first. Andy hates the public, the general public. He also really gets into a lot of fights with writers. So yeah, that's great. No, yeah, Comet the Super Horse. We got Beppo the Super Monkey. Titano, I guess in the animated series was kind of Lois's pet as a kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really like people that own apes. That's kind of messed up. Like Batman has Bat Ape. Bad Ape. But yeah, no, there's a lot of really cool things there. I mean, we're mostly talking DC, but there's also other
Yeah.
characters like
The-
Lockjaw.
Lockheed. A lot of
Lockheed.
locks at Marvel.
Yeah. Lockheed, I love. Kitty Pryde's Dragon, absolutely great.
Did-
Lockjaw is one of my favorite comic book
Oh, yeah.
creations ever.
Well,
The
is it-
humans dog.
Which
Yep.
is messed up because Lockjaw, like all of the humans become Inhumans after getting
Terrigen Mist.
Terrigen Mist. Lockjaw was a human before becoming a dog.
Was he?
I'm pretty sure.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure. Comment below in the comment section if I'm correct or wrong.
90%. If we're gonna have like one comment that's gonna just answer all of these things and just saying wrong,
Okay.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love Lockjaw. Absolutely love him. He's a good boy.
And isn't Lockheed, wasn't he like a spy? In the Whedon run, wasn't it really he was a spy for some alien race?
I don't remember that. Probably.
Yeah. Retcons, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, there's. I think DC kind of takes the cake when it comes to
And eats it
most
too.
most of like the super pets in general. You've got Jumpa, Wonder Woman's kangaroo.
Mhm.
Which I always thought was kind of a brilliant aesthetic choice that the Amazons don't ride horses, they ride kangaroos.
Oh, yeah.
And I hope that James Gunn brings that into the DCU.
Yeah.
Because I prefer that over horses. I think it just looks cool.
Horses are overrated anyways. Why ride a horse when you can ride a kangaroo?
I also I mean we could discuss things out of comics, but Marvel as well. You got Tippy Toe, Squirrel Girl's main
Mhm.
squirrel, who I believe she talks to a lot in even Marvel Rivals and
Yeah.
stuff as well. What does this say?
That's Comet.
That says Comet?
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Why?
Why?
Why does it say commie?
I don't know. I
Do you think Comet's a commie? Goddamn commie?
mean, he definitely wears a sickle well. I don't know. I'm just saying that for the sake of saying that.
Sure. Yeah, no, I mean there's a lot of really cool superhero
Mm.
pets and everything. What do you think is the least accomplished pet of a superhero?
It's a,
Like
so
one that just does nothing.
so
Because
there-
I've got it. I know exactly who it is.
I hope so for some reason there are two dogs in the Bat family, Ace and Titus. Listen, I know Titus is technically Damien's dog, but you already got Ace the Bat Hound.
Mhm.
Cool. But what does Titus do? No one cares about Titus. When is the last
Oh,
time
so Titus is your answer?
Titus is my answer? I think having two dogs in the Bat family is redundant.
I think having one dog that does absolutely nothing but squeaks is redundant. I'm talking about you, Miss Lion.
Don't you dare disrespect Miss Lion. She is the
Aunt
glue.
May, take care of your animal.
Miss Lion is the glue that held Spider-Man and his amazing friends together.
Miss Lion.
Miss Lion.
Miss Lion.
Miss Lion. I can't remember a single thing about Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Well, there's two things. Miss Lion, I remember, and that weird Australian Wolverine.
Well, right, but that was cool.
I guess.
I love Australian Wolverine.
You
You
don't-
don't like Hugh Jackman?
Not when he's talking in Australian accent as Wolverine. Shouldn't say G'day.
Yeah, you should. I actually think that made sense to make Wolverine Australian, and also that and Pride of the X-Men. It makes a lot of sense to me, and I don't know why.
Then call him Tasmanian Devil then. He's no longer Wolverine. He's a Tasmanian Devil.
Okay.
Speaking of Wolverine, underrated Marvel pet, Jonathan the Honey Badger, which was created in X-23's all different Wolverine run. That was fun. Have you read that run?
I like those a lot. Yeah.
I like those too. And Honey badger.
What does that say?
That says wonder dog.
That says Wonder
That
Dog?
does say
That
wonder
says
dog.
Lonnie the Cog.
First of all, that's clearly a D. Oh no.
These are his notes right here. Lonnie the Cog. Interesting.
Thank
Lonnie
you.
the Cog. Metamorpho is a classic.
Mhm.
Did you write what's Scoppy D?
Where is that?
Da? Scoppy Da?
Scooby Doo.
Scooby Doo. But you didn't write Scrappy too?
Fuck Scrappy.
Wow. You
Yeah.
heard it here. Also fighting words with Scrappy. Yeah, I mean I love super pets. I think they're fun and stupid and absolutely love it.
Comment down below what your favorite super pet is.
Do you like hot dog or are you more of a fluke?
There's gonna be some of those things we're calling the fluke and not know that's a super.
Well, it's Aquaman's dolphin from
Yeah.
Batman Brave and the Bold. Come on. I'm a selfish fan. But seriously though, thank you everyone for listening
Yeah.
today. I think we're 40 minutes in. That's pretty good for
Longest episode yet. Maybe we'll go longer. Maybe
Yeah,
we'll
we
go
could.
41 minutes next time.
Yeah, please feel free to join our Discord. Link will be down below. Members of our club get access to special chats within our Discord. However, everyone else can join the Discord. So please do that. What else we got? Please follow us on Instagram, on Facebook. We're constantly posting about all the new things that we're doing in the store. One of the coolest new things that we're doing right now is Cromulent Candy. Cromulent Candy is this awesome gumball machine where you pay $5, you win a prize. Prizes can be anything between comics, graphic novels, posters, gift cards, VHS, statues, and more. So it's Cromulent Candy.
And there's actual candy in there.
Yeah,
too.
you actually get a piece of candy as well as a prize, which is pretty cool.
Jolly Ranchers, right?
Jolly Ranchers and some high chews.
Okay.
Yeah, can't go wrong with a little high chew.
What's your favorite Jolly Rancher flavor?
Oh, pink.
Grape. Tastes like medicine. That's why it's the best.
No, sorry. Pink is the best flavor of all candy. It just is. Pink Starbursts are the best, and pink Jolly Ranchers are the best.
Yeah, but they're not the same flavor.
No, but they're pink. Pink is the. I like pink very much, Andy.
I like pink too. It's not pink flavored things.
It's a
Pink's not a
Superman.
flavor.
Pink is a flavor because I've had all pink Starburst.
Okay.
You knew it's the best flavor when they sell an all pink bag of Starburst. Like you know that. Whatever. And I was also making a Superman reference, but okay, cool. Thank you everybody so much. What's up? What you
Like,
got?
comment, subscribe on Instagram. Wait, no, on YouTube. We're on YouTube.
Yeah, we're on the YouTube. Smash that like button. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe. What else?
And if you don't want to see our faces, we're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. That's what it's called. Apple
Yeah,
Podcasts.
we're on a few different podcast channels as
Yeah.
well. We'll say that at the end of the episode that if you don't want to see our faces, now you can go and view us elsewhere or
Nice.
listen to us elsewhere. Also, please check out our sister channel, which is Cromulent Video, where I'm slowly uploading a bunch of weird things that I'm finding on VHS. It's allowed to be on YouTube.
I don't like how you haven't made that distinction.
It's allowed to be on YouTube. It's not anything else.
Only on
It's
YouTube.
allowed to be.
Allowed.
Allowed.
Who allows?
I don't know. I haven't been hit with the cease and desist yet, so that's pretty good.
Don't copyright strike us.
Thank you so much, everybody. Have a wonderful night. We will see you when we see you, hopefully in the shop pretty soon. If not, whatever. Cool. Andy, 3 words or less. Favorite pet food?
Tuna. Tuna. Tuna.
That's 4 now. Now you're talking. You continue. And why do you have a favorite pet food?
Oh,
That's weird, man.
well, yeah.
You're a weird guy.
You don't feed your cats tuna?
No.
Really?
No, I mean, no. That's smelly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it tastes good
You eat tuna?
every now and then.
Too much tuna for me.
Okay. Well, A squared out.
We're not doing that.
We're doing it. It's